What up? What up? What up? What up, everyone? Happy Victory Monday to all the flock out there and B. Happy Victory Monday to all the
That's
flock
right.
out there and B.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
right. Carolina.
Hey, so
No, you ain't
hey,
gotta
Hendo
ask
ain't waste no
us.
time. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey, shots. I'm mean, 2 shots. One for the
Oh,
Ravens and
man.
one for Carolina.
For Carolina.
All right, let's go.
Hold this
Let's
first
go.
let's sip for Carolina. Then this will be for the Ravens.
That good
Yes,
purple
yes.
Kool-Aid.
That is purple Kool-Aid in
Yes.
effect today. Purple Kool-Aid and the purple Kool-Aid chalice. Need yourself one of these for all Victory Mondays, Victory Tuesdays, Victory Wednesdays, Victory Thursdays, Purple Fridays, Shout Out Saturdays, and Smack Up in the Mouth Sundays,
How about that?
which is what happened yesterday.
Facts. Facts.
B,
Yes, sir.
I ain't, you had your little downtime with your little trip and whatnot. I don't mean little trip,
Wow.
because that's kind of me and Hendo
Konnichiwa.
talked about that. Me and Hendo talked about that word exactly. I didn't mean to say that like that. With your big trip. That's when I said it, I triggered myself when I said it. How was it? How was
It was outstanding. Really, I love being here with you guys, but really wish I wasn't. I was still on vacation. Had a fantastic time.
That's good. That's good. Always good to hear. Travel is something I wish I had experienced a lot early in life. I really ain't started to move around until what, maybe mid 30s or early 30s. I got the bug. You got to have the ends to do it, but I got the bug.
Oh, man.
You appreciate it more later in life.
Definitely. Get out your box. Get out your own box and understand that this world is crazy. It's some beautiful sights in this world. There's some different people in this world, and it's not just whatever little box that you live in.
It ain't just West Baltimore.
or for me, Southwest Mississippi. For me.
Oh, man.
What up, Chris?
Chilling, man. How y'all doing?
Good. Got
Good,
them
man.
evil eyes behind us. Just checking on you.
Oh
sure
yeah, this little old thing. I upgraded a little bit. Got a little green screen.
Oh,
I
man.
got you. I got you. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't like to show off my fanciness, but I might as well right now.
Hey, it
There
is
you
what
go.
it is.
what's
You
up.
either getting better, or you're getting worse.
That's
Mhm.
right.
We gonna continue to get better.
Or you get worse.
Steve Kerr, what's good?
Oh damn.
That's right.
your boy tired, coach. I don't know what I was thinking doing this shit, man. But yeah. Having fun. We having fun, man. You know how it is as
I
a
do.
coach.
I do. You
Up
got
and
you got to.
down.
It's for the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, it's for the kids. Man.
Every
That's all
time
I
something go wrong or something for the kids.
can say is, bro.
Especially since you had a little ninth grader that was lighting fire the other day.
Yeah, he we call him I call him John Paxson. He don't know who he is,
Right.
but that's what I call him. I call him John Paxson. But yeah, man, we got a freshman that's out there balling. Man, we all right. We 2-3 right now. We ripped off a few, then we lost 2 straight. The ups and downs of a season. We got 2 games this week back to back, Wednesday and Thursday. Christmas tournaments. They sent me the schedule. It said Christmas tournament. I was like, oh, bro, I thought I was off. G.
Only the Boston's supposed to do that.
They taking us with them, man. So yeah, we locked in though. I love my boys. I'm having fun, but I'm tired. Takes a lot out of you.
I feel you. So I make sure I get this shout out before y'all don't see me no more. On behalf of Yolanda and I being the missus, greetings from the HBCU champs, meaning FAMU Rattlers. We were in attendance for the Celebration Bowl, and I think it said it was about 41,000 people there, and probably I would say 30,000 of those people were FAMUans. Only probably about 10,000 Bison came down. So I guess people don't like to leave the DMV.
We ain't
So,
traveling. We can't afford it up there, man.
It was not very many. There was a lot of green and orange in that building. Lots of green and orange. Matter of
Yeah.
speaking of it was a lot of purple in Jacksonville last night.
Yes,
You
it
could
was.
tell watching the game, man. You could hear
Down,
it.
when I looked down and then like really start paying attention, looking around, like, hold on, it's just as much purple as teal in here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
When
the other side of the
chant
city can
started-
travel.
Oh, okay.
The other part of Baltimore can travel well.
And then when the old chant started, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's loud. And I didn't
Yeah.
realize how loud it was today when I rewatched the game, the TV TV
You can hear
version,
it.
and I could hear it.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And y'all saw my little updates, whatever. But hey, I had a good time. Wasn't no drama. It was after little after halftime, they started dipping. They kind of got the writing on the wall. So it was we got elbow room enough to move out and breathe after halftime. It wasn't tight no more.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
You should have got in. You should have got in the pool.
I could see both pools, but I was not getting into it. The pool closest to us, people had their feet in, just playing in the water. But the one on the opposite side, on Jacksonville sideline, there were actually people in that one had on like Santa Claus outfits or something like that.
Yeah.
They showed
actually-
the clip.
Yeah, they showed them.
Yeah,
But
they
then
showed
right
women in
after
there.
right after that, they showed the weather and it said 58 degrees. I was like, what the hell? What's wrong with them being in the water?
Right. They were in because I didn't know they had two pools. I knew they had one, but I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know they had two because when they showed the clip of the people in the pool, I could see the other one close to me. I'm like, ain't nobody, what are they doing? Why are they showing old clips? And then I realized that they had one on the opposite side, and that's where all the people were in that one.
Yeah, there was two. They showed two women in there. They looked like Dumb and Dumber because they were just like they were cold. They were shivering.
They just got enough for the camera.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So where we at? 23-7. 23-7. And I'll just kind of start off with my overview. They gave us opportunities. We act like we didn't want to take advantage of them at first, but eventually we did. And I just couldn't stop laughing at their Jerome Harbaugh moment right before halftime. I was a lot. The people around me got mad at that because I was laughing at that. Boy, that was funny to me. That was funny to me.
I think I missed the game. Had to end work in Tampa this week. Would have loved to meet in person, coach. Love the show.
Appreciate it, DGSQ. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Especially with the way, because I'm really trying to go to a bunch of the road games because I want to see different stadiums. So when they hit Tampa again, they hit Miami, and it's almost obvious they're gonna come back to Jacksonville at least in the next 2 years. It's like it never fails,
Right.
and so we'll get there. We'll get there. But what y'all's take on the overall view of the game?
Man, I was waiting for today because I know those Jacksonville fans, man, like they're definitely going to have one of our type rants today, But I mean the players, film study is going to be brutal.
What?
Brutal. Like so many missed opportunities. But look, that's part of the game.
Mhm.
We have 3 losses that we can easily say we should have won all 3 of them. We should be undefeated. We could say that. Especially the game with 9 drops. I think it was against Pittsburgh, right? So that's part of the game. So when those type of games happen for the other team, I'm all for it.
Got it.
Yeah, I thought Baltimore played pretty well. They played all right, but Jacksonville, they shot themselves. They emptied both clips in the zone.
They really cheddar bobbed.
So, yeah, but it was a good win for Baltimore though, and congrats on being the first in the AFC to clinch the playoffs. So it was a big deal.
Think about that.
They're like 6 minutes away from clinching the division with the way the Steelers and them going.
2 missed field. This all happened in the first half. I just thought about it. 2 missed field goals, the fumble,
Yep.
and then running the clock out.
Whitey was loving the chalice during our win.
Okay,
That would
that'd be.
I'd be
love the chalice.
oh. I'd be sick. I'd be sick if I was a Jaguars fan.
The first field goal, you could see it. They were kicking it to the wind, and it got to a certain point, and it just stopped.
Yeah,
and then fell down. Because because the first quarter they were kicking it to the wind, and the first half we were with it. And so when they kicked the second one, I was like, well, he gonna make that one easy because it's with the wind. So I was wrong.
It's about time because the kickers have been killing the Ravens this year.
Yeah.
Whatever. The coach kicker had what 95 kicks.
He hit like an 80-yard field goal. It felt like,
he had 12 50-yard field goals in that game.
and he sucks now.
Right.
Yeah.
Sucks so much. I dropped him off fantasy team.
Oh man.
Wait,
Mike?
nah. Listen. It was one of those games, right? You know, we gotta win ugly games like that on the road. You know, not I ain't gonna call it completely ugly, but not so pretty games. And it's about time some of those things go our way, right? 2 missed field goals, the John Harbaugh like call down at the end. You know, those that's the stuff that usually happens to us. So it was good to watch it and see that it's happening to another team. You know, I think the defense, you know, I just think overall they played well. I think I'm always glad to see 8 on a national stage like that do his thing and get his props. I mean, there was still some haters afterwards, of course. It's just we've grown to realize that that's just what it's going to be with him. No matter what he does, it's just going to be that. He can win the Super Bowl this year, and it's still going to be somebody hating on him. So, but I'm glad that he got a chance to show the world what he can do. Those who don't get to see us play much, I'm always glad to see that. But good win, man. For once, this is probably the second time this season that I could watch it and be comfortable. I never felt like we were in trouble. I mean, I felt like we were in more trouble against Detroit. Like I just felt like something was going to go wrong in that game and they was going to storm back. You know, we were blowing them out the whole game. But this game, I was just like, yeah, they ain't got nothing for us. So it was a good win, good team win.
Hendo?
For me, this win was expected. A little disappointing, a little bit on par. Like it was a little bit of everything for me because at first I figured we was gonna blow the brakes off of Jacksonville. To be quite honest with you, I thought we was just gonna roll over him. Lamar sit fourth quarter, everything would be over. But then I thought about it and I was like, listen, we're number 1 in the AFC. During these times when we're favorites for games, we come in a little complacent. But I do think that during the season, we do need these tough games. We need to overcome adversity to kind of toughen us up for the playoffs. But I do think that being that it is this late in the season, we should be showing up to run. Like Jose said, 2 missed field goals. Some ghost spooked the hell out of Trevor Lawrence, and he just drops the ball.
The ghost of Marlette.
Right, it goes to somebody. He just, oh gosh. Trevor Lawrence played one of the worst games that he's played all season long. And I'm not going to say we got lucky because I think even at full strength, we would have beat them. But I just think by now, I think we would look a little more crisp, especially with what we got going on. Because for me, all this is well and dandy. Next week is going to show me what I need to see because my whole thing is we can do whatever we can for the regular season. Are we ready for the playoffs? Because that's all Lamar is being judged on right now, whether fairly or unfairly. But I will say one thing. I will say, being that it was a national spotlight and Lamar did what he did, especially him dancing around the pocket.
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful.
Instead of just running, now I think he has a little bit more respect on his name. So it was some good and some bad, but I just think that going into this game with the way the Jackson was playing, I think we should have dominated them a little bit more, but I'm just happy for the win. I'm happy we are the first team to get into the playoffs. The Chiefs are looking bad. The Dolphins, I ain't worried about them. Buffalo, they made a statement, but I do think that the Ravens are the class of the AFC, and this is finally a season we have a path directly towards the Super Bowl.
Yep, I agree. And me being
I'm better, Cam. Thanks.
An opponent of the number 1 seed, looking at these little nicks that's starting to pop up, I think I'm kind of wanting it now. I think because I need Ronnie as healthy as possible because again, Falele got in, and I don't know how good or bad he played because I ain't gonna lie, like I was telling before we got on, I took a 5 nap. So I hadn't watched it, but like 2 or 3 plays so far. So, but
he actually looked better. He looked better this week.
He did.
He's not Lane Johnson because when you say somebody looked better, then somebody's gonna take it and they'll be like, oh, so you think he's the starter? He's the best? No. He looked better than last week. So
That's
yeah.
well, nobody won't get that if I say that.
I'm pissed at Stanley.
Why?
I'm pissed because when he went for that block, he lowered his head,
Oh,
and that's how he got the concussion. Like, bruh, you should know
yeah.
better. Like, you
but
should
I
know.
like what maybe it's Collinsworth. I like somebody whoever on the broadcast said when I went back and watched it that is saying he probably getting in them positions because he can't move like he need to.
Right.
So he doing stuff out of uncharacteristic because he can't get down and
Not use
move
technique.
and torque like he with the knee. So
I think he was trying to get even lower because that was the same play. He pulled on that play where he got the holding call earlier in the game. So I think he was like, I'm gonna make sure I get down this time. But unfortunately, led with his head.
Right. So hopefully he's all right because we need him Monday night.
Exactly.
We need him.
If we don't have a Monday night, people complain about like Jose say get rid of Ronnie and start over and let Ronnie not play Monday.
And everyone will appreciate him a little bit more if he does not play Monday.
Yeah, now he probably gonna give up a sack or some pressures or something.
Yeah, that's one of the best pass rushers in the league. Like, listen, I mean, we can have a top tier left tackle, and he'll probably give a sack to Nick Bosa. Look, having to play. Yeah, I mean, look.
I mean, defensive line. I'm sorry.
Myles Garrett. You know what I'm saying? Nick Bosa. We had to play Khalil Mack earlier this year. Josh Allen last night. I mean, these are some of the best edge rushers in the league. You know, giving up a sack to them, TJ Watt.
Right.
You know, who other than Trent Williams, who can stonewall those guys?
Right.
Yeah, Trent can't do it. Not whole game. He might, he might win some battles, but that's tough, man. Them guys are like I don't know who I was talking to, but the difference in defensive linemen back then versus now, or why the offensive line play is so bad. The defensive line, they better athletes now.
Yeah.
They ain't just big fat asses no more. They, in some places, some high schools or receivers go play D line, go be edge guys, and so they better athletes right now, and offensive linemen still kind of look the same for the most part. So they just got to figure it out. Just got to figure it out and get better. So let's dive into this defense. We'll throw our scores up there, and we'll start with the secondary. If I can find the scores, where's my overlay? There we go. All right, DBs. Marcus Williams with a 75, but got hurt again. You're gonna start putting him under Ojabo. Kyle Hamilton 66, Marlon Humphrey 64, Brandon Stevens 63. And I thought he had a phantom pass interference call. I thought so.
Yeah.
Arthur Marlette 55-3. Jalen Armadale, when he got in the game, I'm like, oh Lord, we in desperation time and JAD in the game. It looked like he got hurt too.
He did.
Crazy. You know what I mean? Invisible arrows people be shooting when they be in the game.
Right.
I think that's what be hitting Marlette. Them arrows be come back. That Marlette be hitting Jalen Armadale. And then Geno Stone of 51.7. So these numbers are not great for our secondary.
Right.
I don't think they played that bad, with the exception of a few that spurt right before halftime, and a couple plays where Calvin Ridley just did a twirly bird with Kyle Hamilton. But for the most part, those numbers I don't really agree with those numbers. But I mean, having Kyle out there, the defense looked totally different again. That dude, he allows Mike to do what he want to do. Because when he ain't out there, the defense kind of look vanilla, so to speak. Kyle in there, he could blitz, he could cover, he could play deep middle, he could play in the boxes. He allows Mike to do so many different things.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with Mo. That's great. Like everybody else. I mean, listen, I'll give you the best defensive back in the world. You're gonna give up plays, and with this defense, we bend but we don't break. We can give up a long reception, but we're not giving up points. We're not giving up touchdowns. So I think outside of Arthur Marlette, who I don't understand, he should be sitting next to Rock Ya-Sin on the bench. I don't understand why he's in the game, but the rest of them have done a decent job. So
I give Geno Stone that grade too. He gave up that big play. But I'll say this. I'll say this. Comparing it to Wings defense the last couple of years, right? It wasn't any like pointing fingers at each other. It wasn't any arguing like who has that person. Like he knew he messed up. Right?
Marlette gave up the touchdown.
Yes.
No,
okay, I missed that.
No, Marlette.
Gino Stone gave it the touchdown.
Okay.
He immediately knew that was his bad, right? Whereas in the past there'd be an argument, a discussion about whose man is it? All right, you had those mental breakdowns sometimes. It happens. I'm not going to crush him over that. Gino's been having an excellent year. He understood that was my bad, and that was the last big play he gave up. But I knew they were going to target that side again because they thought they had Brandon Stevens beat on a play earlier, and they panned to Trevor Lawrence, and he's looking at he was looking at Calvin Ridley. They kind of had a little eye now, like, hey, this is open over here, So they hit Calvin Ridley on that side again, then they hit what's that receiver's name for the touchdown?
Agnew.
Yeah.
The running back.
So they saw something on that side.
I thought that was Millette and B. Stevens that got caught on that side.
Yeah, I thought it was Stevens,
but they pointed. So
Millette passed him off when he shouldn't have.
Right.
Anybody.
It looks like it was some confusion there on him thinking B. Stevens was going to take him, but he stayed with Ridley, and then they got beat. But I think outside of that play,
okay, I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think outside of that play, I think they played well. I mean, B. Stevens to me had a good game. Marlowe looked okay. Marlowe looked to be solid. Yeah. I mean, I disagree with my boy Hendo. Millette, that's my guy. He look, when he picked up that fumble though, I was disappointed. I was like, bro, you got to be a little faster than that.
Man,
either he my speed or ATN the Flash.
Right.
He looked like he was running with high heels on.
But when he picked it up, I know I jumped up. Yeah, he gone. And
right.
By the time I get the E out,
yeah,
ATM was on.
I thought that was a house call, but nah. I mean, he disappointed me there. But yeah, man, I thought they played well. If I had to be critical of anybody, I agree with Zay a little bit. Gino has seemed to fall off slightly. I don't know if it's, he's not. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Gino.
They're playing him out of position.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's one of those things with Marcus Williams out there, and maybe I don't know how what the injury report is on Marcus Williams, but maybe if he falls back to that spot, we'll get another 6 interceptions to close out the year. But other than that, man, I thought they played well.
Yeah, I thought they did.
That's what I don't understand. I don't understand why they keep playing half.
Go ahead,
Hendel.
Oh no, I was just saying I don't understand why they keep putting half and half in the game. Yeah, he's halfway there, he halfway out. Let him stick to the playoffs. Like Marcus Williams does not need to play to the playoffs. Let half calm his ass down and just sit there.
He got hurt too. How bad is his injury?
Groin.
Said it was a groin.
Yeah.
Groin.
But shout out to Patrick Queen on that play because if he stays down, they get a timeout. Well, there's an injury timeout. So he was like, "No, get your ass up. Come on, let's go." And he hobbled his way up, and luckily that clock ran out, and he just kept hobbling to the locker room after that. So shout out to Patrick Queen for the awareness.
Yeah.
IQ, Madden IQ 99. But at least we know somebody can coach if they don't, they playing career don't pan out. Unlike other people. But okay. Linebackers. Speaking of, you just mentioned Queens. Let's go to Queen real quick. Queen and Roquan. Let's see where they at. Roquan 76.2 and Queen 75 even. Good numbers for those two. Again, PFF numbers, you're in the 70s, you're in the green. So anything in that green spectrum, you should be good. And they're solid. They didn't have a ton of numbers, but their communication, their guys running, not forcing them guys, but like leading the guys running to the ball and stuff like that. They're what they doing is not showing up numbers wise, but it's super important because they're getting people in the right position. When plays are there for them to make, they're making them because now everybody else are making their plays too, so they don't have to make every play. They don't have to have 14, 15, 18 tackles. They just can make the plays that come to them because the D-line are holding their gaps. The safeties are feeling what they need to. They just, they playing what they got to. Now, granted, we still give up some runs because we don't play a 3 linebacker traditional set, but you can't be good all over the place. You put your 11 best ones out there, and in some places you're gonna be soft, and in some places you're gonna be better. You just gotta hopefully your offense can help you to where they can't just constantly run the ball the whole game on you, and you'll be fine, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's like you've been saying for weeks, Coach. It's and this goes pretty much for the entire Ravens defense. It's a team defense, right? Mm-hmm. Like you don't have guys who are really necessarily standing out on their own at this point. You're shutting teams down. I mean, you mentioned giving up runs. They didn't do that in this game. The longest run they gave up was Trevor Lawrence for 13 yards. I think that's where he dropped the ball like Kyle Bowler. I mean, but outside of that, they're holding really good offenses. They're holding them down for the entire game. They've done a few times this year. So yeah, I mean, I think that excuse me, while they don't have huge stats, they're all out there doing their job and they're all playing well.
Yeah, I agree. Another game where they're just setting the tone. They like we just pointed out with the Patrick Queen play. That's not going to show up in the stats, but that's huge what he did where he pulled up a Marcus Williams, and that's leadership, and that's just having the awareness, and that's what you want your linebackers to do. Mm-hmm. Line everybody up, be able to be those enforcers when you need them to, and make plays when they're there, and that's exactly what they do. They're gonna have to do that next week against that white devil that's coming into town. So
you got 2 of them, right? Got Kittle too.
They got Kittle too. So I know Rashard Mendenhall talking about that all white team and all black team. Those are 2 first rounders right there.
They got one on defense too. They got 3 of the starting 11.
But Bosa, Kittle, and CMC.
Yeah, yeah.
And your MVP, Brock Purdy.
Purdy did not make the list.
Look, that I got so much flack from that little clip I took. I did, been doing the Q&A on Wednesdays leading up to y'all show, and the one I did this week, somebody asked. I think they asked me about Brock Purdy, and I gave my traditional 2 cents. I felt like he's driving a ready-made car, and then I said it, and I used the clip from it like the next day on the short. Then the next day is the day Cam came out with what he said,
right? And
so a couple people like, I'm trying to be like Cam, but I've been saying this about Brock Purdy way before, even before it was a hot topic.
Right.
He are only good because now let me choose my words right. He's a decent quarterback, but if you take away his, and the proof is in the pudding. You took away his weapons for them 3 games. They lost 3 in a row.
Not weapons. They took away one dude. And I don't even think he's as good as Kirk Cousins. I think he's a bad quarterback being held up by the best offense in the league. Like they're one of the best teams. Like if you go by like DVOA, they're one of the best teams of all time. Like they have that much talent around him. But like you said, Debo sat out and they lost 3 straight. And it's like it didn't even matter to the Brock lovers.
Right. They ignore that completely. Completely. And then I pulled a piece from Mike Tirico last night. He was saying, we're talking about the MVP race. It's like when you think about the MVP race, you think about, Brock Purdy's always out there, but he might not be the 5th best player on that team. Because the guy Tirico named was CMC, he named Kittle, he named Trent, he named Debo, he named the linebacker, he named Ayuk, he named Fred
Warner, Greenlaw.
Bosa.
Right. Bosa. I forgot about
Armstead.
Who's the defensive tackle that came from Philadelphia?
Yep.
Hargrave.
That's 10. That's 10-11 right there.
Right.
Hafunga.
Yeah, when he's healthy.
When healthy, yep. Did you see how Hafunga got hurt, Jose, for the year?
Yeah.
He was in the open field about to tackle somebody, and somebody gave him the
Yeah.
Literally broke his ankle.
He
was done.
That was unfortunate. That was unfortunate, but he's still better than Brock.
Definitely. But
Jair now, I mean,
Jair,
Jair Brown, the one who replaced Hubanga.
Oh yeah. I was thinking, like, hold on, how they get Alexander? I was like, what I missed? Did I sleep that long?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Ain't nobody hating on Brock Purdy. We just saying anybody,
and
I knew that was coming.
He's better. He's better than Mr. Irrelevant. I give him all that. But you put anybody into a Kyle Shanahan system, especially with all those weapons. We just point out the weapons around him. Put Lamar in that system. Lamar's going to lead the league in every statistical category there is right now.
I mean,
and not playing 4 quarters will be one of them.
Facts.
They're winning, and they won last year. The winning streak last year started with Jimmy Garoppolo, who, by the way, is a quarterback who took them to the Super Bowl. Y'all think Jimmy's good?
Oh, he's been.
What happened?
I mean, what's wrong with being a game manager these days?
Nothing. I feel like Cam explained it perfect.
Yeah, right. It's one of those things where when somebody says that, like you said, Coach, he's driving a ready-made car. Okay, let me walk outside and there be a Benz out there. I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna drive that joint perfectly.
What?
All right. So it's like, yeah, like what's wrong? I don't understand that. Like, I mean, he's in a good situation. He's doing well with his situation. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I have one question.
Isn't that what you want from your second-year quarterback too? Like,
yeah,
he's not Patrick. He's not Patrick Mahomes. Like, where you in the second year, like he just takes over the league.
Well, I'll tell you what the problem is, Mike and Chris, and why people get upset. It's because he's about to take Lamar's MVP award and he doesn't deserve it. That's why people get upset.
That's why I'm upset, because I compare his situation to what Lamar's doing, and like Tarico said, Lamar is doing so much more
with a lot less,
and
no coaching.
Look, Cam said it best, right? He's doing a great job. He might even win MVP. But when coaches are looking to draft a quarterback, they're not looking for the next Brock Purdy. Right? They're not looking for the next Jared Goff. Or even Dak. And that's true. As well as Dak is playing, they're not saying we gotta get ourselves the next Dak Prescott. They're saying they need to get the next Lamar, the next Pat Mahomes, right? Like that's the goal. That's what they're trying to look for. If they end up with one of those players, that's fine, but that's not who they're looking for, especially when you're drafting number 1, 2, or 3.
And I only have one question. If you put Brock Purdy on the Baltimore Ravens, are they 11-3 right now?
No.
Brock Purdy will look very Kyle Bowler-esque.
Listen, I don't know, but
especially with our line situation.
According to some people, if you put Joe Flacco here, we'd be undefeated.
Well, he's elite. I don't know what you're talking about there, Mike.
Just saying.
And it's almost January.
Careful, we might have to see him.
I can't wait till Wednesday to our favorite Cowboy fan commenter Warbone shows up in the chat.
He's not going to show up.
My man was adamant about what Cam was saying about Dak Prescott, and then Dak went out and did what Dak did. So
I saw a meme.
Fun conversation.
I saw a meme with it says it was Cam Newton after Dak's performance. It's Shannon Sharp doing like this. That was funny. Now when he said that, I didn't think Dak belonged on that list, but
how he explained it, I understand what he's saying, right? Like I think Dak is very good, but when he said, "Look, you're not looking for the next Dak when you're going to draft the quarterback," it's kind of true,
right?
Yeah.
Right, like if you land on him, you're happy, right? But you're trying to get that generational player. You're trying to get that next Pat Mahomes or Lamar. Like that's the goal. When he's talking about game changer versus game manager, like the game changer, he's basically saying like elite level talent. Like that's a high bar to reach. Everybody else, yes, they can do it. Can you do it consistently, and like can you make plays when you don't have those other things around you?
Right. That's the difference. That's the difference. And then and no point did any of us or no point did any of my time, and I probably said it jokingly after being trolled, but when I was being serious, I never said Purdy sucks because I don't think he sucks. I think he's good at what he do. I just don't think I don't think my whole situation for even saying something about him because I just don't believe he should be in the MVP conversation. That's it. I don't think he's a bad football player. I don't think he sucks. I think he's good at what he's doing, and he does a great job at what Shanahan asks him to do. I just don't think if you're not the best player on your team, if you're not the most valuable on your team, I don't think you should be in consideration for the most valuable in the league. That's just my 2 cents on it.
It's a storyline. From Mr. Irrelevant to MVP, the Great White Hope. Like it's a storyline.
Oh well. Back to us. We went on the whole Brock Purdy tangent, which seems to be everybody.
Yeah, the linebackers did well. They did a great job.
Excellent.
Well, we're gonna see you up close and personal next week.
Oh, yeah, we'll see Monday. Definitely see Monday. Yeah, Flacco was clutch with I was just looking at his stat line. I didn't mean to click that, but since I did, his stat line that's 374 and 3 interceptions is
First of all, 2 of them interceptions was on Cedric Tillman.
They were drops.
Oh yeah, he hit one of them. Cedric Tillman just bounced it up. But that one, I will say that one. Listen, Flacco was good for that one in the end zone when you're tight end wide open and he's just looking away like, yeah, somebody get this. But listen, third game, 374 yards.
Yeah, he doing what they need right now.
Facts.
He's doing what they need
For a fraction of Deshaun Watson cost.
Right. All right, let's go to D line. Well, did we finish? Everybody hit linebackers? I know we went way left. Left and right.
Linebackers is good, coach.
They're good. Yeah.
Let's go down this old D line. Because we didn't get our normal sacks like we used to. We only got 2, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even 1. Here we go. Owe, 90, 89.5. Clowney 75.2. Michael Pierce 73.9, Urban 68.2, Matabike 66.7, Van Noy 64.1. Malik did exactly what I thought he could do. Play on first downs when his run situation set the edge, then they run him out of there. So I think they found a good role for Malik, especially with Bowser not coming back. Robinson 56.7, Travis Jones 54.1. And I think that Broderick Washington. Broderick Washington always at the bottom. 42-2. He always at the bottom.
My man Broderick, man.
Man, he got paid. He don't care.
Yeah. He said his bank account's at the top.
Right.
That's probably the biggest disappointment this season is Broderick Washington. From the way he played last year, I thought he deserved the cash. You know what I mean? He played well, and my man he lost in the sauce, man. I mean, listen, Riddick Bowe put it the best, man. It's hard to train in silk boxers. So I guess, you got a little more cash. It's just harder to get,
Like when you sign in Justin and Patrick.
I guess it's like
for you, Mike. This comment for you.
Wife and Kevin, man, I gotta holler at my man, wife and Kevin. I ain't talk to him. You know what I'm saying? He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
To be on that 19th beer by now.
Yeah. I had to stay away from, I got to get my tolerance back up before I get up with my wife friend Kevin. So
do we pay Matabike?
It's gonna be a pretty penny.
And
he's making it tough. He's making it tough to say no.
And I was thinking that it's funny you say that, Zay. I was listening to something today on the radio, and they were talking about him and how he's making himself a lot of money. And I'm like, damn, like, do we pay? Like, do we pay him? Like you said, Coach, it's gonna be that bag gonna be heavy.
He makes it to where it's not that we don't have to spend the money on edge rusher, right? Like at some point you got to pay some talent to stay here. So
I think the option is him or Queen.
Somebody can get franchise tagged.
Well, then it's got to be him. Like we paid Roquan already,
right?
And I think if they tag him, I think it's gonna be like 20 million.
Tag Queen.
Queen?
No.
BK. Moneybags.
He won't be tagged as an edge though.
No,
it's still 20. Because it's the top 5 at the position, I believe. And all those are making 100 mil.
Aaron Donald, Chris Jones.
And if Chris Jones gets re-signed to a new contract, that brings it up.
Oh yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
So that's a good question. Okay.
I'm taking Queen.
But this
I'm
is the issue I have with EDC picks, even the ones that
Hit.
work out, right? They don't hit until that last year, and then it's just like, well, we don't want to pay them.
Ben Powers.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kick out the money, man. I'm sorry.
Really? I mean, you
Yeah.
got to think about it. So we got all of those people. We got Zeitler that may need to be re-signed.
Look, they gambled, Hendo. They gambled and they lost the gamble, yo. Like they gambled on Broderick Washington being good enough.
Snake eyes.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. They
Crapped
rolled them
out.
dice. Yep. They crapped out. So pay up.
We got some free.
Yeah, no, I mean they can both walk. Y'all don't have money, and you need a left tackle, a left guard, and a right guard, and a right tackle.
That's true.
Lamar is far more important than anything you got going on the defensive side of the ball. Hey, listen. Before we start talking about paying Matabike and Patrick Queen, let me hear all that talk about what a great job McDonald's doing again. Okay, and tell him go do your job again, because you have to protect Lamar Jackson.
But for that reason is why I said I'm taking the cheaper of the two. If I got to pick one of them, I'm taking Queen.
Oh, 18 million a year? Okay.
I'm taking. I mean, it's better than 20.
But, okay, so listen. And this is something, and I know we're not GMs, but this is something that you also
Speak
got to
for
realize.
yourself.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not a GM, but this is also something that we got to look at. And I think that the cap is supposed to go up at like 15, 20 mil maybe. Hopefully it goes up. So hopefully it goes up exponentially. But another thing that we got to look at is the Ravens are trying to re-sign Kyle Hamilton this year. If he continues on this trajectory, you got to worry about paying him in the future as well. So you can't tie 18 mil up. You can't tie 38 mil a year up in 2 off-ball linebackers. Right. So it's a tough decision.
You still got what, 3 controllable years of
you do, but my thing is this: if he keeps going up and up and up, that money bag is gonna keep going up and up and up. Well, they tried to resign him this year. Like they tried to get a deal done with him this year.
We'll worry about that when we get there.
Okay.
He gonna walk to. Hey, listen, man, this is what we do. yeah. So let's use these 3 controllable years while he's playing at this level. Spend some cash.
He's right. Invest in that O line.
Yeah, they got the 5-year option for him too.
So we're gonna let Kyle Hamilton walk and ask Weddle to come back.
What?
Like, you come out of retirement, bro. You got a year in you.
I would sacrifice that whole side of the ball to get what Brock Purdy has in San Francisco.
What?
I would sacrifice everything on that side of the ball, and then I would say not go out and get them, because that's what San Francisco has as well. They got offense and defense.
Yep.
Shout out. Yeah, it says, who would you want? How ironic would it be for this offseason for the Ravens to let Patrick Queen walk and T. Higgins get signed? The irony of it all. I'm here for it.
That's wild.
That's
wild.
I'm here for it.
I put a poll up there for everybody to go vote. Who would you re-sign, Queen or Matabike? So y'all, while we doing that, you guys in the chat box, vote in that poll, and also while you vote in that poll, hit that like button too. We had 73 likes, 184 people in here. Get the likes up, man. Get the likes up.
And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. Okay, we have a goal here. Okay, Coach is trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. We're trying to do that by the end of the season. By the time we hit the Super Bowl, all right.
Yes.
So hit that subscribe button, and then share it with your friends and loved ones. Great Christmas gift. Okay,
that is.
Get the gift of Sip to Tally. All right.
High quality football content.
That's right.
There it is. No fluff. And that what it was, Hendo? No fluff.
That's right. No fluff. We don't get no fluff. We got it like it is.
Right. And that's what we do over here. It ain't all Purple Patrol. It ain't all negative Nancy, as some people seem to think that. But we just try to be straight line and factual and stat based, and we throw our opinion on there. But if we throw our opinion out, it's gonna have some reasoning behind it. It ain't just gonna be just cause. So, and all of us can kind of articulate how we feel. If we feel a certain way, we can all articulate the reasoning behind it, and we ain't gonna try to pull the wool over your eyes like we know what's going on. And we don't. All right. Switch to the opposite side. Matter of fact, while we go to offense, let me get them their points real quick. We up to 75 likes so far. So, and if you don't know, since we only intermission, the points are at the end of the month. We give out prizes, and so you get a certain amount of points. You get your name on the spinning wheel, and you get prizes. So those that don't know, that's why I keep mentioning points, and that's why you see people keep checking it, and they're doing exclamation point points, and they checking their points individually, or you can check the leaderboard. I think with exclamation point top. Also, the website is maybe 2 or 3 little things from being live, but Streamlabs is dropping the links for the three items I have on the website so far. So if you wanted one of those things, I know you've seen me with the gray hat on, you've seen me with the black hat on. The FTMF quarter zip is there, and the black FTMF shirt with the hoodie sleeve, and you've seen me and Mike with that on. So those are the 3 items I have on the website, and you'll see the link, and if it'll tell you which sizes I have and whatnot. And you can go and order that way if you choose to do so. But the link is constantly going through there with Streamlabs, and so it's perfect gift. And if you go through that, it's coming from me, so you can get it for Christmas. I think if you order within the next day or two, maybe because today is 18th and Christmas is a week away. So if you order it today or tomorrow, you might get it for Christmas. Not gonna promise you that because I don't know how UPS or FedEx work in certain, in metropolitan areas. In the country, you good. But in the city life, it might be a little hectic. So, but that's where we at. And again, patreon.com/Sip the Talent. Go to the Gunslinger tier if you want Purple Kool-Aid chalice. And
there you go.
Hit us up if you want. We still got extras. Nobody hit me up.
Hey, Nick had a question in the chat. Is Odell getting re-signed? Look, the way his contract is set up, it's going to cost us if we don't.
Right.
So
yeah, at least a re-sign and restructure or something like that. Something got to happen. Because it hurts us if he retires. Or no, if he retires maybe. If he retires or if he don't play, I think that hurts us.
Yeah. So. Yeah, because of the avoidable years.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the offensive side, and we'll start with Lamar since he's up there. Lamar 85.4 PFF ranking for yesterday. For me, he's continuing to prove people that or show people that he's a pocket guy. He did an excellent job of ducking and dodging and being Spider-Man in the pocket and still trying to keep his eyes down the field. Mm-hmm. And the one bad play to me, and it probably is more once I look at the film, but the one bad play to me was the interception. And I said it during the game, like likely was right in his face. You can't go wrong taking a nickel. If you took that nickel, and you wouldn't have the interception on your record, because with the way the play played out, likely was right. He half rolled, likely was right in his face. Could have got 4 or 5 yards, and who knows, maybe if he break the tackle and get more. Mm-hmm. But we went back to the middle. He threw across his body back to the middle, which was a bad decision. He don't make many bad plays. He do make some bad decisions. He don't make too many bad plays, but he made some bad decisions. I think that was the only one out of however many offensive snaps he had that I saw.
I thought that Lamar was great. I thought he every week is making his case that he's the real actual MVP of the league. But to your point about you can't go wrong taking the nickel, coach, I would like to direct your attention to the newly 2-12 Carolina Panthers. They've been taking nickels all year long, and they are flat fucking broke.
There are some exceptions to the rule. You're right.
So I mean, I don't. I'm not in the mindset of telling them, well, hey, check it down, play safe or whatever. Like, you got to have some of that aggression. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's gonna hurt you, but overall, it's part of what makes him the player he is.
Yeah.
I think he is this close, right? Like it's a delicate balance of when to try to make those plays and when to check it down, right? Like, you can tell every year he's mastering the offense, or just getting having that better vision and being able to read the defenses. Like, the game is slowing down for him more and more. I think he's that close. Just those minor things of knowing when to check it down, knowing when to hand the ball off, or you know what I'm saying, or just hold the ball, like just like more consistently, just that close to just really just he'll surpass Pat Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's that close to taking over.
I agree with that.
Yeah, listen, I think Lamar is, and like Jose said, he's this close to the height of his powers. Because I think every year we've seen the evolution of Lamar Jackson. And for me, the one thing that I had held against him was anticipatory throws. And I think this year Lamar's throwing with anticipation instead of waiting for people to get over. Now, the one thing, and it's not all of his fault, that will put him on that Patrick Mahomes level, or maybe even take him over, is once that offensive line gets set, and his mechanics are a little bit better, because he does not throw with good mechanics, even though he does make the plays.
And I think a lot of that have to.
He has to. Like like you, if you watch him and listen, we praise Zeitler and we praise Moses, but a lot of that's Lamar making them look a lot better than what they are. I just think that Lamar, once we invest in the offensive line, once we invest in these receivers to actually get open where he doesn't have to wait around, Lamar is going to become the number one quarterback in the NFL. And he is the MVP. So,
yeah, I think his numbers could have been even better than they actually were. It just, unfortunately, the theme is the offensive line. There was a deep shot he wanted to take to Zay, where Zay was going to be wide open for a touchdown, and he went to throw, but he kind of didn't trust, the O-line to hold up, and then he had to scramble out. And if he has a better offensive line that he could trust, he makes that throw. But unfortunately, with that old line struggling the way that they are, he kind of has to play it safe a little bit and trust his instincts in those type of situations. So I think for as good as he's playing, it could be even better if the O-line would just hold up just a tick longer, because the people are getting open downfield. He just does not have the time to throw it to them.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, look, 8. That's my call. Every time I'm just watching the game, I'm saying that's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. All the hate. I scroll through Twitter, I see all the hate. I seen Kurt Warner today with his halfway praise, halfway shot. Like it just is what it is. He can do. Look, man, he could have done a backflip, landed on his feet and still completed a throw, and they would still say he still missed a read down the field. I mean, he completed the pass. So it just is what it is. As you guys pointed out, sometimes I think he tries to do a little bit too much and on the interception. I think he tried that. I think he saw it likely, but I think sometimes he wants to push the ball down the field. And there's nothing wrong with that. I agree with you too on that, D. You have to be aggressive at some points. But to your point, Zay, he's got to know when to reel that back in, and that might be in the playoffs where look, let me take this safe pass, this safe throw, rather than putting us in a situation where it could cost us the game. But to me, he's the MVP. But the great thing about the kid is he ain't worried about no damn MVP. He want that Super Bowl trophy. And he seems to be locked in, and you can tell just how locked in he is from his play. Like I just think from game one to now. I mean, of course, he had some hiccups in between the games, but to your point, Coach, like I don't think he had a really bad game this year. Like I just think he's he had some not so Lamar games, but the grand scheme of things, I don't think he cost us the game this year. I'll put it that way.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And I think with him being locked in like this, I think we got a shot to beat anybody. And I'll take him 20 times out of 20. And I'm riding with 8. So we'll see how far we go. But yeah, 8 was great yesterday.
Agent, everybody has to play better in the playoffs.
Most definitely. Everybody. ERR, everybody.
And you think about this. Lamar didn't do a whole lot. He had 97 yards rushing.
Right.
I looked up and was like, how?
Which quarterback in the AFC are you looking at saying the way they're playing right now, they're straight? They'll be straight for the playoffs. Thank you. Everybody has to step up.
Huh.
That's wild. First of all, we got to survive. That's the first thing. 'Cause right now it's survival of the healthiest.
True.
And then once we get there, then we just gotta have good game plan and good execution. Because I have a feeling with Roquan's mindset and with Lamar's mindset on offense, I think you will see the playoff version of the Ravens Monday.
Yeah.
I think.
And then, man, they're underdogs. They're gonna be hearing that all week. All week they're gonna be hearing that. Going to their place. You know, everybody's talking about this as a Super Bowl preview, so you know it's gonna be on the stage. So we're gonna see what they're made of.
Right.
It's not even a game we need, but this is, you know, for them, they want to prove to everybody that they're the team to beat.
So I mean, we got a 2-week script. Well, I mean, I ain't a 2-week stretch. We got a 3-week stretch where we need to be on our P's and Q's. Definitely.
Yeah, that Miami game is the one that we need to, if we want the number 1 seed, which I still don't. But
I don't know, because Miami plays Buffalo in week 18. So
yeah, Miami got a tough stretch.
That's who I don't want to get in.
Dallas.
I don't want Buffalo to get in.
Yeah, I don't want them to get in at all.
Yeah, they won't.
You sure? Because Buffalo could end up winning the AFC East. If Miami loses to Dallas, Baltimore, then Buffalo, and Buffalo wins, they could be AFC East champs.
Buffalo has to win out.
They got an easy ass schedule left. They got the Chargers. They got a cake schedule.
Chargers, Dolphin, and somebody.
Yeah,
right. I think it might be the Pats. I don't know.
Like
I think it is the Pats. Oh
yeah. It's
look at who they lost to so far. I mean, they put themselves in a situation where they have to win out.
Yeah,
like from losing. I mean, all the teams they lost to weren't great teams.
Chargers, Patriots,
but
Chargers 16, Patriots 17.
They curb stomped the best team in the NFL.
Yeah,
and the Dolphins right now. The Dolphins are
no. You know Dallas.
Dolphins are struggling. I mean, they lost a big chunk of their offensive line too. They lost their center.
Oh, they lost Armstead. They lost what's his face,
and they
lost the edge guy.
Yep, man, Robert Hunt too. So that's 3 of their 5 that's down on the O line.
And
then Tyreek is a little hobbled.
Right. So. True, I forgot about that. We'll see.
It's gonna be an interesting stretch. It is definitely gonna be an interesting stretch.
Man, we only got 3 weeks. 3 weeks of regular season football left.
That's crazy.
Flew by. We'll go over halfback since they next on the list. Keaton Mitchell with an 80.7.
Okay.
Justice Hill 76.6 and Gus Edwards 69.6. I think they did what they needed to do. I was heartbroken seeing that hyperextended that leg. I saw it when it happened from actually eye in the sky, because that's how far up I was. But you can see that leg go back, and I'm glad they didn't show. I see they didn't show it on the TV version, so that was good. But they were finally doing what I felt like they should have been doing, running him on outside zone, let him pick the holes when somebody overplay it. The kid was eating, man. The kid was eating. Let's see what Marco got.
Gus and Justice started the season, and now they'll end the season. Same way likely stepped up when Mark went down. Gus and Justice need to do the same.
That's great point, Marco. They got to step up with what's my guy that's been over there eating sunflower seeds all season.
First of all, Coach,
Melvin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. The other day, last night, I got on the internet and they said, "Oh, no worries. The Ravens got Super Bowl winning running back Melvin Gordon in the fold," and I haven't got on the internet since then till now.
Hey, you see who said hit my line, huh?
Right.
Mark Ingram.
Right.
Mark Ingram told me hit my line.
Man, I see him. Yeah, I see him on College Game Day looking like Cedric the Entertainer, man. Hell no.
Yeah, he sit up there, he eat on every show, like talking about, man, hit my line.
Leave him alone.
Nah, I mean, just don't say hit my line. You know you ain't ready
He
to play
ain't
no
say
damn football.
he ain't say he wanted to come back and play. He said hit me up.
He wanted to be the
He's
player.
gonna talk.
He wanted to be the player. The player.
You want to consult? You want to consult?
Lamar hype man.
We need Justice Hill to step up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Man,
Because
What
he's
did
at
he do yesterday? Go ahead.
Not that changed the pace. Like that extra gear of speed that Keaton Mitchell gave. The closest person to that is Justice Hill.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The problem is Justice Hill he's always almost breaking one.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like he needs to start breaking those now.
Then he trips over his toes or something.
Right.
Yeah. So
And Keaton, 9 for 73, 8.1 a carry.
Listen, and you could tell he was about to put the game away.
What?
Those last couple of runs that he had, he was about to break out.
Mm-hmm.
And
The one he got hurt on.
Yeah.
That's a misstep.
Yes, that's the crazy part. Misstep, yeah. Damn. I feel sorry for the young fella, man. He was coming into his own, man, and he was going to be a good piece to this offense. He was already showing that, and they finally, like you said, Coach, like they was starting to get him the ball in the right places, and like you said, a misstep, man. And
I'll tell you, Tito, you can do a loan to buy.
and he really see this is why we're saying like we wanted Lamar to have a better running back playing in the game, because when he got the ball, right, then it's like, okay, well, he's killing us for these huge chunks of yards, all right, but we still got to eye Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Then Lamar's keeping the ball and he's running it, right? That even after Keaton Mitchell went out the game, like that defense was shell shocked. Like everybody was getting yards. Justice Hill was getting yards. Gus Edwards was getting yards. Because they're just like, I don't know who's touching the ball, but like I'm tired. They are all messed up. Like that's what we could have if we could have the other type of that game changing running back back there.
And I think what Keaton was giving us is what's similar to what JK would have given us had he been healthy. The only difference is Keaton just had that longer speed than Justice. Not Justice, JK. JK's vision was outstanding, which I think would have worked. And I think Keaton's vision has gotten better. And I think he ain't even on a contract, so I don't know what we're gonna do as far as running back going in the future, because I don't know. I know Keaton was an undrafted free agent, so I don't know if he's a 1-year deal or what.
He'll be restricted, so they'll have right of first refusal
when
it comes to him.
JK's contract runs out, correct?
It's done. He's done. He's free agent.
Gus's runs out, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He's unrestricted.
And Melvin's 1 year. So the only person that's
he's
really
unwanted
here for the long haul or for the foreseeable future is Justice Hill. So we're gonna have to either draft or re-sign or something got to shake. EDC got to do. But as far as them in the game, our pass blocking was not the greatest. But anytime, and I know Lamar's the majority of this, but anytime you rush for like 250, you got to tip your hat a little bit to the offensive line, a little bit. Yeah. But strictly in the run game, not in the pass game, strictly in the run game. Because if you take Lamar's out of there, that's still 150-ish for just the running backs. I know most Lamar runs were passes that he took off running. Because early in the game there was some call runs, but he didn't really break the call runs. His long runs came from was a pass play and almost scramble.
And they closed the game out at the end there with Gus. I mean, I know Lamar had a long run, but Gus too. He picked up that first down at the end. Well, a few first downs at the end. So they closed it out. It made Giro happy with that one.
All right, let's go to I think. Let me see who next.
Thank the Lord. I didn't want to touch that section. I hate that, man. Yeah, man. I hated that.
Yeah.
You know that. I just said I didn't want to touch on it.
Oh, okay, my bad. Damn. I thought it was sarcasm. My bad.
Right.
No, man.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
It goes Chris leaned into the camera. I thought I said I didn't want to talk about that.
I was happy all game.
Like, I heard him through the thing back up there.
I was like Hendo said earlier, he just felt comfortable in this game. And that's how I felt too. Then once that happened, You ever see the Homer Simpson meme where he's just on the couch with his arms folded and his head down? That's how I was watching the game after that, because you feel so bad for him, for the Ravens. Like it sucks.
Yeah.
And for the people that's like, oh yeah, we got JK acting like, I mean, oh no, for the people that's like, we got Gus and we got Justice Hill. It's like, yeah, that's not the point though. Like obviously we have those guys. Like obviously those guys can do the job. Obviously the season's not over. But you can be sad for an undrafted free agent who is having a breakout and who looked like a legit game changer. Like people can be sad about that. Like it's not like, oh, the world is ending. Nobody's saying that. We sad for the individual and for the team.
Yeah. And listen, adding that breakaway, that game breaking skill or speed, like to any offense, man. He had a role on this team. He was going to play. He like his role was carved in. He was going to be a part of this going forward. So you're going to miss that. Yes, we got Gus. Yes, we got JK. I mean, yes, we got Justice still, but that breakaway, game breaking speed type, like you're gonna miss that. It's just a fact. It's just you're gonna miss it. So, to Chris's point, it's a shame to see the young boy go down.
And that changes your outlook for next season too. It's not just this season.
Yeah,
because I mean we in December now, and people are like, all right, it's just a ACL. How many times y'all got to see an ACL go bad? Until you stop just saying, oh yeah, he'll be back by training camp. Like, no, that's not how it works. Not everybody's Adrian Peterson. Like, sometimes they come back in 9 months. Shit, sometimes it takes full year. You just never know where this thing is gonna go. So hopefully he could be back, but we'll see.
And even if he's back this time next year, he may not be the Keaton Mitchell we were seeing until 2 years from now. You never know how that because it's mental too.
Look at Bryce Hall. I mean, he's not all the way back. Like, yeah, he's had glimpses, but he's not back yet.
Right.
Yeah. And it's been so long
since Hall, not Bryce. My bad.
With JK, I almost forgot he played this year earlier.
This not one game.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. Now it's open. I can go now.
It's safe.
My bad, Chris. I apologize.
It's not you. You didn't hurt him.
I apologize. Receivers and tight ends. Likely 77. Rashad Bateman 70.3. Who else? Tylen Wallace 60. Odell 57. Zay Flowers 52. Nelson Aguilar 51.
Don't forget about Charlie.
Hold on, I'm sorry. 69.8. I apologize. 69.8. That's all of them. I make sure I got all of them. Likely Kolar and got everybody else. Okay. And where's Ricard? Ricard 69.1. Because I don't know why they keep putting a fullback back here. This man a tight end.
Yeah.
He's officially a tight end, Ricard, but 69.1. So the opportunities they had, I feel like they did what they needed to do. Kolar, his one opportunity, made the most off of it. Likely it's showing that he, can be, I don't want to say a superstar, but he can be a valuable piece for the team. He brings a different dynamic than Mark. So whenever Mark does come back, there needs to be a mixture of those two. Like, they need to blend well. And I don't necessarily mean one or the other. Both can be out there. So they got to figure it out. But as far as this year going forward, I think he's doing a good job of filling in for Mark. Odell only had one catch, but wasn't needed. And Zay was the focus of their defense for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that's why he didn't have as many targets as he normally have. They were literally Lamar faked the bubble screen to him, and two defenders down there picked it, and that's what Lamar kept it and ran it. So he was the focus of their defense. So that's kind of why I think that he didn't get as many targets or catches. But Bateman probably had his best game, I think, other than the game he scored in.
Mm-hmm.
He looked active.
Yeah. It's good to see Bateman catching the ball cleanly, getting more involved. Likely, man, you know, I thought watching that play, the jump ball play, the 50-50 ball, you know, I thought back to how what we speak about here and how we spoke about this all season, all off season, all last year, saying, you know, Lamar needs those type of targets, those guys that can win those plays out there for him. And you know, it was good to see that. It was good to see that because we haven't really seen that much around here. So good to see Kolar get involved and get a catch. You know, we'll see, man. Like it's you know what, it's just what you just said about Zay, coach. Like, you know, my John Paxson on my team, I had to break. He had two back-to-back games of hit 7 3-pointers or more. And I told him, like, you on film now. So these teams are going to start game planning for you. So the next game, they try to take his ass out the game. And that so it's like, you know, you got to find other ways to get involved, whether that's in basketball terms, setting the screen, you know, being that decoy to get somebody else some buckets or whatever, football, whether you out there blocking, doing whatever. Like, that's what's going to start happening today. And these other guys got to start stepping up. And it should only open up for other people like Likely and Kolar and whoever else is out there. When they try to take the young fella out there, you just got out of the game. You got to step up. So, but it was good, man. I think Lamar, you know, he spread the ball out pretty well. You know, or he went to who he took what they gave him, you know. So I'm happy with the way they play it. I need Bateman to keep on this movement here, this motivation, this whatever we're gonna call it. You know, we need him going forward like this. So it was, like I said, it was good to see him get more involved into it.
All right. Before, I just thought about this. We always talk about the Florida Ravens, but on my drive from Atlanta to Jacksonville, I was thinking about like the different counties I went through and how close Jacksonville was for some of the Georgia Ravens. Maybe 2.5 hours from Tift County, which is where Bateman's from. 3 hours from where Roquan's from. So those guys probably had a lot of support for that game too, because that's probably the closest that people in their community could watch them play without having to get on a plane and go maybe to a Baltimore or whatever. So they probably had a lot of that probably played into not only the fact that it's so many South Florida Ravens that probably came up for the game, but you got, you know, those South Georgia Ravens with Bateman and Roquan and anybody else that's in that area affiliated with them probably came to that game also.
Yeah.
I was really happy with the game Likely had. You know, we saw him kind of have one of those games last year against the Bucks, I think it was, where he went crazy. And, you know, this was one of those games too. And for Lamar to throw him that ball and to have that kind of trust is huge. Because, you know, Lamar, he's not throwing at the Miles Boykin.
No.
So for him to trust him that much and be like, all right, you know, go get it. That's huge, especially for a dude who hasn't really been a big part of the offense all year and had to be thrust into the starting rotation because of injury. So that's huge, and they're gonna need that next week because, you know, I was watching the Cardinals game and McBride was feasting on the 49ers. So he's going to need another big game. Kolar, you know, I thought that was a great throw by Lamar because he read that immediately and he saw that
the touchdown.
No, the one to Kolar. Well, the touchdown.
They got to the goal line.
The one to Kolar. Okay, yeah.
The one to Kolar was great because Lamar read that instantaneously and he saw that Josh Allen was on Kolar and he hit him with the quick one. But the one you talking about, Coach, the touchdown, that was just a thing of beauty. There's 3 defenders in the area, puts it right where it needs to be, and also in a place where Likely could protect himself. So that was phenomenal throwing, phenomenal catch. And with Zay, you look at Zay's stats and you're like, he didn't do anything. But Zay was getting open. Zay was getting busy. And he has the full attention of defenses and defensive coordinators. So he's doing his job. You know, I know it's not filling the stat sheet up, but you watch it and he's doing his thing out there. So just everybody stepping up. You know, it's not going to be an Odell week every week. It's not going to be a Zay week every week. It's, you know, we're going to kill you with the run game. We're going to kill you with Lamar. We're gonna kill you with likely now all of a sudden. So hopefully it continues that way, where it's not like in the past where all right, just take Mark away and let everybody else do kill you or attempt to kill you. It's so I like to see spread the ball around and these guys stepping up when their number is called.
Facts.
Having Mark Andrews out the game really transformed this offense. I think it is forcing the coaches to drop different plays. It's forcing Lamar to go through his reads because I think kind of look. Obviously, Andrews is a very good tight end, but we all know that he likes to freelance, and I think that messes up the flow of the play a lot of times, right? Because Lamar's not really looking sometimes, I think, through his progressions because he's just waiting for Andrews to get open, or Andrews is someplace he's not supposed to be, and he's like, oh well, he's there, and let me throw it to him. You know what I'm saying? Whereas now everybody's doing their assignments. Lamar knows where players are supposed to be, so he can make those type of plays to Kolar because he knows, okay, he's supposed to be going this route. Josh Allen's on him. Now he's off of him. Boom, he's open. I can just hit him. I know exactly where he's going to go with the ball. And just being able to trust the wide receivers more now because you're forced to. You're seeing it now. Like you said, defenses don't know what to do out there because we're passing it in the first half, and then the second half we came out there running it, and they're like, well, damn, you're giving it to four guys, and we don't know who's going to run the ball, right? So that's exactly what we need, and we're getting it going at the right time.
Agreed. Now we ain't got a bunch of crazy numbers, but again, 250 rushing is 250 rushing.
Right. Yeah. Listen, I'm so glad that to an extent this is all come to fruition. We've been saying for so many years, get Lamar some talent around him. And I think finally, and like to Jose's point with Mark Andrews going down, teams don't know how to defend us because one week it could be Zay, the next week it could be Odell, then it could be Nelson Aguilar, and like this week it was Rashad Bateman. So shout out to Bateman and shout out to Isaiah Likely. I think once Mark Andrews went down, Isaiah Likely stopped having those mental lapses where he would just drop the ball for no apparent reason because that jump ball, it was two defenders. Like that was a strong catch, and I think that he's been doing his thing ever since. And I think with Rashad Bateman, they're building up. This is building up his confidence because he was our energy early on. He had like 3 catches on like the first drive, and I think he's somebody that's going to be needed because if you look at what Bateman can do, Bateman is still technically possibly a number 1 receiver, and going into the playoffs, he's possibly going to be on CB3.
Right.
So you got a number 1 on a third cornerback. I think that with teams not knowing how to play us, because you can shut Zay down. We got more options now to spread around. So I think this receiving core is doing what they need to do. We just need to scheme up a couple of better plays, just something better. And maybe Lamar needs to take some checkdowns, but the receiving core is doing everything it needs to do. Shout out to them, even though we don't have a particular one superstar.
Right.
We have a collection.
Thanks.
All right. Let's see what we got left. O-line, maybe. O-line is the crew that's left. Let's see these numbers because I know. Hold on, let me get this on.
You know they lying.
Let's see.
Falele.
I know you lying.
Falele. What's that? 34 snaps.
Hey, I did do a little work for PFF in the summertime, and I told y'all he had a slightly good game.
And look what happened. 71.9. Linderbaum, he's the highest. Linderbaum 69.9. Morgan Moses 61.1. Macari 60.3. Zeitler's 59.9. Ben Cleveland 58.5. I think Ben Cleveland's most of Ben Cleveland snaps because actually being there, you can hear when he has to report eligible. He was an extra O lineman, and none of them came as like the original 5 spots. He was like the extra O lineman in like short yard situation. John Simpson 57.6. And Ronnie Stanley 51.7. Ronnie Stanley is the lowest graded O lineman up there. So what I'll say is I think me see if I can get this off. I keep pressing wrong, but the three in the middle, including Simpson, played a lot better than the four on the edge. And I think the three in the middle were so key to the run game, whether it be Lamar being able to step up, then get out and scramble, or actually running the inside zone stuff. And it's crazy because anytime, and I think I ain't watched it fully yet, but anytime Keaton has a good inside zone run, for some strange reason, it's behind Simpson. it's off of Simpson and whatnot. But them edge guys, them tackles, again, they're not healthy. Moses played better, but Ryan is obviously not healthy. Then he got the concussion thing on top of that, so we may not even see Ryan. But I just know that if Ryan don't play, even though like we mentioned earlier, Ryan probably if he play, he's gonna give up something to either Bosa or Chase.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather have him out there in the fight than to have to fight the whole game with Makari.
Yeah, I mean, look, the O-line, I mean, up and down, up and down performances, because there's some plays they're holding the blocks for 8 seconds, and Lamar has all the time in the world. Then the next play, he can't even take a 2-step drop back before he gets hit. They have to be more consistent. I mean, we keep saying this every week. Ronnie's just not healthy, man, and again, he's going to be stuck in this limbo because we have to have him out there, and he's not playing well, but we have to have him out there. So that goes to tell you what's behind him.
Ryan and Jay got something for you.
What did Icky look like?
Icky look. They played better than they had most of the season, Jay. That's why they got them 9 points on that board. You don't put them 9 points with inconsistent play up front. You just can't do that. But I mean, Icky look like shit though.
Yeah.
I'll say the one thing that I do know, and I'm sure you all will agree that PFF got right is that Ben Cleveland's better than John Simpson. 100%.
I know somebody should have smacked John Simpson in his head when he got that flag down on the goal line.
That guy did a good job of flopping, though.
He did.
Oh, he flopped, yeah.
He should have aimed for that.
Yeah, he flopped, but I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah, too close. Yeah, too close to the goal line to be saying anything.
Hey, I was in something, and because I got Raheeb's up here on purpose. I was in something. I don't know what stream I was in or what I was watching, but Raheeb, somebody was on your head for what I thought was no reason. What was going on? Just put it in the chat box and admin. They ain't got nothing to do with the show, but I was waiting for you to pop up because somebody was at you hard, and I couldn't figure out why, what was going on. So right now I'm just being nosy. Sorry. Fumble.
Yeah, the O-line, man. I agree. The interior played well. Kevin Zeitler's playing really well. Like, just these last stretch, his last few games, he's played the best football that we've seen him play probably in like a year, because he's been on point. Like, there were times where they just left him there one-on-one, blocking. The hell's his name?
Josh Allen?
No, Trayvon Walker. And he stonewalled him. And a dude that's as athletic as Walker, and for him to just be one-on-one, with a ton of space there, and for him to hold his own, I thought he had a hell of a game. Obviously Linderbaum did his thing, but man, the tackles, like I said, Falele had a better game, but I don't know what to do with Rodney, because it's ugly, man.
Who?
Rodney. I'm Rodney.
Who is Rodney?
His brother.
The guy that replaced Ronnie.
Right.
Yeah,
Ronnie's alter ego.
Yeah, that's not Ronnie out there. That's Rodney Stanley. Man, yeah, hopefully he could go like Coach said, because they're gonna need it. You got those dudes, Young and and Bosa, aka January 6th. So, hopefully he could play and they could do their thing.
Oh man.
Oh man, you crazy. And then if you don't pay attention, you're gonna miss them too.
Right.
If you ain't paying attention, you're gonna miss them.
That went over a few people's heads.
Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about Ronnie, man. I everybody's saying that, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm with you though. He gotta be out. He gotta be out there. I'll take him out there over what we have out there that's able to replace him. But clearly, I don't agree with Collinsworth that much. But he pointed it out. Like you can see that he just can't get the leverage that he once was able to once he's healthy, and he just had a rough couple of years, man, and it's sad, because when he's healthy, he's gonna do his thing out there. He's one of the best tackles in the game. But he's trying. You know what I mean? And I know he catch a lot of flack as of late and whatever. So he out there giving the effort, but yeah, I'm a little concerned for our LT. I am, but we'll see, man. As Zeitler, I think he making a push right in time to get that contract. He making a nice little push so he can get that call from EDC to resign. Morgan, Morgan had some plays where he was out there, ready to. He was smashing a few cats and then he was getting bullied a little bit. So, to y'all point, man, we need those dudes healthy as we can get them. And it's gonna be a tough match this week. But I like our guys. I'm going with our guys for sure.
Uh-oh. You should quote when you say that. I like our guys.
Our guys.
Miss Endo, you talk O-line yet?
What's there really to say? It is what it is. Listen, one unpopular opinion though. Maybe this is Ronnie Stanley. Maybe injuries have just taken their toll on him because we keep saying he needs rest. How much rest does he need? We went and had a Thursday night game. He got 10 days rest, and then we had a bye week. He still looked the same. Does he need a season? Does he need a half a season? How much rest does he really need?
If you have an injury that you need to rest for a few weeks and you only get 10 days,
like bro, he's
then
not
you need
tired.
more.
No, but I'm saying I'm not saying that he doesn't need it. But my question is, what if it's just this is just him?
Handle sleeping in every day. No, he's hurt. He needs to heal.
But see, like this is a conversation that we have. This is Ravens Nation. We have this every week. Man, Stanley looked terrible. Man, we need him for next week though. He can't sit out next game. We got to have him. All right, like this. I mean, if we're saying it, imagine what the coaches have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
shoot him up.
Yeah. So I think who's it? Clot. I agree with Clot, man. I think he might need just to wait until the offseason to really heal. Just pray that his injury doesn't get any worse, and just in the offseason, hopefully he can rest up. But yes, we do have to make that investment in tackle though. So because you might be right, Hendo, that he may we may have seen like
because they don't give, like you said, they don't give him time to heal. They don't give anybody time to heal. Marcus Williams, how many times is Marcus Williams gonna get hurt before you say, "Yo, sit out for a month"? But they just keep bringing them back. Like, all right, listen, I understand we want the number 1 seed. We're 11-3. Listen, number 2 seed ain't too bad to me if I can get all the players healthy that I need to be healthy for this stretch run instead of getting them hurt in week 18 versus Pittsburgh. Now we looking stupid in the second round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
True that. But I think before we even have a conversation about like maybe resting or trying to do these first 2 games, these next 2 got to be all out. So we definitely don't want to go to 3-4 seed. We want 1-2 at the lowest. We don't want to be 3-4, 5 seed because it can go downhill quick because there's so many teams right there nipping at it. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Where the rest of these teams are playing, we might have to worry.
True.
It's crazy. It's only one team that's actually been steady outside of the Ravens, and that's Cleveland.
I'll say if we don't get that 1 seed, we might be facing Joe Flacco in the first round.
True.
And Jameson Hemsley's wife will be rooting against us.
Which was crazy. I saw that tweet. I mean, was that a tweet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I don't care about her. I don't care
Well,
about Jameson
you
Hemsley.
can kind of see why he asks the questions and say the stuff he say.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that nasty ass hair.
Yeah.
You got that like a chalk eraser kind of hair.
Like somebody took 2 of them. Bam.
Hey, Malik, don't listen. We take who we take, but don't say that. Don't say you want to play. We play who we play.
Yeah, be careful what you ask for.
Right.
Whoever show up in the bank,
Right.
that's what it is.
Yeah, I wonder if we do play them, Kansas City, that is, because I don't think Mahomes has played a playoff game on the road.
He has not, other than Super Bowl.
He will this year.
Other than the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So let's get. I mean, if it's them, shoot, even the Dolphins. I mean, get them in the cold weather game. Get Tua a little weak arm in the cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Well, fellas, let's see. We hit everybody. That's all I got, man. Y'all want to start to close this thing on down? Mike, what you got coming up?
Man, Mike is coaching basketball right now, and I don't know how it happened. I still don't know how it happened, but I'm locked in. I'm 10 toes deep in there, and I can't walk away now. I've grown a relationship with the boys. Even when I want to sneak out the back door of the gym, sometimes I turn around because the kids are growing on me. So that's what I'm doing right now. That's why you ain't seeing much of me on the screen. Schedules, coach, you ain't warned me about this, man. You ain't warned me that ADs can call you at any moment and be like, oh yeah, your game has been rescheduled till tomorrow, not whatever. And it's like, what? Oh yeah, practice is canceled for tomorrow, but I'm already here or today, and I'm already at this. So those type of things, you deal with that. But that's where I'm at, y'all. So, if y'all want to go over there and subscribe to the channel still and wait for me, eventually I'm going to talk about what I'm doing with these kids. And
I'm telling you right now, that's going to be great content.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Because I probably need to go back and start telling some stories.
Yeah. It's
that could be a segment, coaching stories.
Yeah. Right. And just a quick, a little tidbit into that is something that the way it will be spun is something that I realized I needed to be doing again. Even though it takes a lot of your time and things like that, but it is definitely something that myself and OTR Brandon needed to be back in doing. We did it for years and stepped away for years, but it's something that we needed. So that's what I'm doing, and sooner than later, y'all will hear some of the stories of what's going on in my high school coaching career.
Gotcha. Welcome to the fold. Chris, obviously prospects are starting. It's close to that time of the year, January. Chris, is that what we're gonna start calling you?
You call me all year, Chris.
Gotcha. Now, what I want to know is that was a tweet that I need I need some backstory on. So they said the NFL is going to expand and have 8 out of the country games. So one of those potential spots is Brazil.
Yeah.
There's a certain tweet of a guy in a full-length condom. You care to explain what was going on there, or you just want to like it? That's for Twitter only.
No, I explain it. If I'm going there, I'm going there to skeet and skedaddle. I'm there. That's all I'm doing over there.
I didn't expect you to answer like that. But hey, the truth is the truth.
He don't mean skedaddle like the tight end for the Patriots.
Right.
Not that.
What you got coming up, Chris?
I did the Prospect Watch. I did a little article on it. You check that out. It's on my pin tweet at Chris Just Joking on Twitter. You can check that out. We got a new episode of Deep Cover. Hopefully there'll be a new one coming out this Thursday as well. You can check that out, Deep Cover podcast. And I should be dropping a video soon on the offensive tackles. Everybody's interested in offensive tackles. If you want to read about it right now, go to my Twitter page. It's right there on my pinned tweet. And then I'll also be dropping one that's more Ravens-centric, focusing on what tackles the Ravens should be eyeing and who will be there later on in the first round. Obviously, everybody knows about Joe Alt, Olu Fashanu, the top tackles. We know the Ravens are not going to pick them. They're not going to be anywhere near them. So I want to do a video focusing on the guys who I think will be there for the Ravens maybe at the end of the first round.
Yeah, and
I'm
also
doing you a solid.
Another stellar organization, Carolina, will not be able to pick Joe Alt in the first round. So maybe talk about guys who might be there at the top of the second as well. That would be great content.
Got you.
I just put the link to the blog that Chris just mentioned in the chat box. So if you want to check that out.
Yeah. And if there are any Brazilians watching this, obrigado.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay.
I don't know what it means either, but hello.
Como vai você? Like you said, I think that's how are you. Como vai você?
Yeah, see, we multilingual over here.
We saying
I thought y'all just coming from
we
football.
We saying something all wrong. I could tell.
How about that?
we multicultural, multi-international, multi-faceted. We everything.
One of y'all just said I like big cats or something. That's what I know.
We like Martin on Blue Street. Los Pantalones El Gato. What do you say? So you got a big cat in your pants.
I'm a federale.
What you got coming up, Hendo?
Whoo, man, listen. I too have started coaching team Hendo to be a winner at the game of life, and we are over the last 3 weeks.
That's not funny, but
we are not winning right now. But we keep chugging along. I think again, I think we still doing it. So you can find me at the Rogue Pod, and I do it. I do it. We do a show. It is the stand was there. Last 3 weeks, we ain't been right, but I'm trying to get back on the path, trying to get back on schedule. Everything's coming back around to where it needs to be. So hopefully I'll have something for y'all this week. If not, what we doing next Monday? Nothing.
So I plan on actually doing the stream. And if you guys want to jump in, I'll do it on stream, y'all, so you guys can jump in. If not, I understand it's Christmas. PTO ain't my option. You do your family thing. Right. But if you want to join me, the plan is for me to be here. Plan change. Life be life, and like Mike say. But the plan is for me to actually be on here while the game is going on. That's the plan.
I can pick it back off you and just shoot that to my channel. Bam. Done.
Yeah, but that's definitely the plan to be here Monday for that big game. But again, life be life. So we'll see. We'll see. B, Jose.
All right. We are the Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live show every Wednesday night, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Overtime Show, which you can find on our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHT Show. Also, myself, B, and Coach OTR Mike over there, we have a boxing channel. Okay. We're a little hit or miss. We were supposed to get you with the Devin Haney Regis Prograis fight, but we'll get you. We got something for you. Okay, we got something for you. There's another heavyweight mega card, I would say, coming up this weekend. So maybe we can put some content out this weekend. But Ring Kings Podcast is where you can find us over there if you're into boxing, even if you're just a casual fan. All right, so go over there and check us out, and you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at LBHT Show and at Ring Kings Pod.
All right. Now, another thing about their show, and I've been kind of timing it up to leak. Like I think I'm the what's the performer for the main performer? I'm the
opener.
I'm the opener for Wednesdays. I'm the opening act. So what I've been doing is the Q&A. And I try to do it from like 6:45 to 7:15 to kind of lead you right into that. So don't forget about that on Wednesday for me. That's when I do the Q&A. I snuck it in today, but y'all ain't put no questions over there other than Bazel. So we ain't answering no if you put them over there now. But that's what I do, the Q&A, and you put the questions in the Q&A thing, and I answer them in form, and I just take you right up. Kind of I'm the warm up. I'm out there checking, make sure the sound is all good before we bring the stars out. So that's what we're doing on Wednesday, and I plan on doing that this Wednesday too. So I'll be the lead up, and I also and I have it set up to where as soon as my stream ends, it'll take you directly to theirs, and because we work together, we like that. We're on the same page. So, and again, we all trying to push you
how to box. Clot. I boxed a little bit in high school. I'm pushing 44 years old. I don't do anything other than try to keep my back from going out. Okay.
Everything we do now is preventative. It's preventative. All them steps yesterday, right now, my Achilles, like if I do any kind of sudden movement, that thing might go. It's just that tight right now. And all I did was walk.
And Hendo didn't mention it, but you can find Hendo and myself tomorrow over on Suge Knight 323 for the Steel Conspiracy at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. What? What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was thanking you for reminding me.
Okay,
Yeah. Lecture relaxation, Mr. Galloway. 8 p.m. Live stream tomorrow. Thank you for
9:45. Suge Knight 323 for the Steel Conspiracy.
Oh, on Dre's channel with Hendo, there's 2 interviews of people on the panel. It's 3. It's three. It's myself, Chris, Jose, and B. We've all done interviews with Hendo and Dre. I think once Mike finished, teaching Steph Curry how to shoot, he'll probably do episode 2. So go over there and check them out. And it's Mr. Galloway's channel. Electric
relaxation with Mr. Galloway. Yes, we got somebody else. I'm trying to get somebody else on there. Real special guest. He's from Baltimore.
Okay.
If he ever answers back my messages, I'm not gonna say his name.
Okay. Check your messages, whoever.
Oh no, he know who he is.
Oh, check your messages.
Cool J is hard as hell. Like he knows.
Look, we got a lot of content, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of content. You don't need to be out there on YouTube trying to figure out what to watch. Just subscribe to all of our stuff. Okay, we will entertain you throughout the week.
Every day.
That's simple.
Right. And on that note, y'all good? Everybody in accordance?
We're great. Yeah.
See y'all Christmas. Well, you will see y'all for Christmas, but this, as far as the roundup, well, you might see some of us on Christmas, but obviously it won't be no roundup. Maybe we can do one later in the week. Maybe if that's they would want to do, but we'll talk about that when we're in executive meeting. Once I click this end stream button, but we'll see.
Well, this might be the last one of the year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Right, it might be.
Happy New Year's.
Right, might
from
be.
the Ravens Roundup.
There it is. Salute. All the blessings and all your wishes and New Year, new you. Pop up.
Be all that. Wear them rubbers. Don't be like Anthony Edwards.
No.
Ooh. Send the video. Send the video. And I saw that trending today. I'm like, what are they talking about? And when I finally found it, I was dying laughing.
Hey, Clyde says, does Shannon and Ocho have the best podcast? No, Ocho. It's Ocho. It's Ravens Roundup After Dark. You got to sign up for that.
How you ask a question like that over here, sir?
Ravens Roundup After Dark. Y'all
it's okay for them to be number 2. They play a little ball. They got more people watching them, but it's okay.
That's all. Yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is. What Killer Cam say? What I think about what?
Monday Night Football Roundup live stream. We just addressed that.
Yeah. His stream is behind.
Okay,
like Clyde was earlier. He'll catch up.
Okay. All right. On that note, before we keep rambling, right? We gonna get this up here, and then we gonna let the people that didn't see it on the intro, because I worked hard on this, so I want people to see it, and we gonna be out.